Talent might open doors, but discipline keeps them open. You don't have to be the most gifted, but you just have to be the most consistent. Today, I'm going to show you how wisdom and discipline work together to create an unstoppable momentum, the big Mo, because success isn't built in a moment, it's built in your daily decisions. That's what we're talking about today on the show.
Welcome to the Dave Martin Podcast.
Hey, welcome back to the Dave Martin Show. I'm so glad that you're with me today. Make sure you like and share and subscribe so that we can stay connected. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, X, however we can stay connected. It'd be awesome. And I love the opportunity to come into your car, your house, your office, wherever you're at right now with these podcasts. And well, the last few weeks we've been talking about wisdom, the wisdom factor, how wisdom makes the difference. We've talked about how it's better than hustle. We talked about it in the importance of our decisions. Oh, the one on favor that week was amazing. But today, I want to talk about something that separates those who dream from those who actually achieve. And that's a little wisdom in the area of, I know you're not going to like this word, discipline. Yeah, discipline isn't glamorous, right? Doesn't get the spotlight. Nobody posts on Instagram about waking up early again, but about saying no again, about staying consistent again. But let me tell you, discipline is one of the most powerful expressions of wisdom in your life. Because here's the truth. Talent will get you noticed, but discipline will keep you going, right? The Bible puts it this way, Proverbs chapter 12, diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. Wisdom understands that diligence, discipline, consistency create influence and impact that talent alone never could. Think about athletes, okay? Every year in the draft, talented young players enter the league. Some shine for a season and disappear. But other ones last. The ones who last, the ones who build legacies, the ones that make it to the Hall of Fame aren't really even always, not even the Hall of Fame, just the ones that last in the league. They're not always the most gifted, but they are the most disciplined. I've got a friend, made it 12 years in the NBA, played on a different team almost every single year, but his consistency and his discipline kept him in the league. He was never famous, never well known. Some of them came and went quickly. Everyone knew him, but he just kept showing up, kept training, kept being faithful, kept doing the right thing day after day after day, even when nobody was watching. Daniel in the Bible, brilliant, right? But what set him apart was really his discipline. Even when he was taken in Babylon, surrounded by a culture that wanted to reshape him, he remained consistent. Prayed 3 times a day, refused to defile himself with the king's food. He was disciplined in his faith, in his habits, in his convictions, and that discipline positioned him for favor with the king and influence in foreign lands. Daniel 6 verse 10 shows us that even when his life was threatened, he stayed consistent. He didn't abandon the patterns and the discipline and the consistency. That's wisdom. That's discipline. And because of it, Daniel outlasted every other leader of his time. So here's the thing. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't like it. Feelings are fleeting. Motivation, people call me a motivational speaker. I tell them there's no such thing because I can't motivate anybody. Now, if they're paying me, I don't tell them there's no such thing until I cash the check. But motivation comes and goes. Motivation fades. Discipline is steady. Discipline is consistent. It shows up whether the conditions are ideal or whether they're not. In the last session, we were talking about failure, and I talked about a book I have called Another Shot, and I got the title from my friend Kobe Bryant, one of the most talented players in the NBA. And you can't think of him without thinking of discipline. He was what made him a legend was his discipline. He was in the gym hours before everybody else, practicing, staying longer after everybody else left. Talent made him great. Discipline made him unforgettable. I'll never forget a season in my life when I was writing a book. The inspiration was there in the beginning, the big idea, the excitement, the vision. But after a few chapters, the feeling kind of wore off. But what kept me going wasn't inspiration. It was discipline. It was every day. I had to sit down, open up my laptop. Every day, had to start writing. Some days it flowed. Some days, my goodness, it was like pulling teeth. But discipline kept me moving. Discipline kept me doing it day after day until the project was finished. And I'll tell you this, the reward of finishing it is always greater than the discomfort that I dealt with in the process, the discomfort of staying consistent and staying disciplined. Here's what wisdom knows. Discipline creates momentum. Momentum multiplies results. So you don't have to be you don't have to do extraordinary things once in a while. You just have to do the right things on a regular basis. You just have to do the right things consistent. Little by little. Little becomes much. Faithful steps lead to great leaps. Maybe you've been frustrated because you're not seeing the progress that you wanted. You've been working, but the results feel like they're really slow coming. Wisdom says, don't quit. A friend of mine recently said, he's built an incredible church, and they said, how have you built what you built? How have you stayed in so strong a ministry? He said, well, it's real simple. I just love God, love people, preach half good, and don't quit. I mean, just preach average. Somebody think, I got to be the best community. Just preach average. Love God, love people. Or love God, love your wife. That's right. It was love God, stay married, preach average, and don't quit. That's the four. That's the four it was right there. Harvest doesn't come overnight. It comes to those who stay consistent. Galatians chapter 6, right? Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in the proper time and you will reap a harvest if you just don't give up. Keep sowing. Keep showing up. How do you build wisdom? The wisdom of discipline. Start small. Start small. Don't try to change everything at one time. Pick one habit. Maybe it's the habit of reading your Bible every single day. Maybe it's a habit I need to work on, exercising every single day. Maybe it's saving a little bit of money from your paycheck every week. But commit to it. And when the feelings fade, let wisdom remind you the discipline is not about how you feel. It's about who you're becoming. So this week, here's your coaching moment. I want you to identify one area of your life where you've been inconsistent. One area of your life. Write down a small task, a small habit maybe that you can commit to, and then track it for the next 30 days. Okay, track it. You'll be amazed at how those small, consistent actions can create a big, lasting change. I'll leave you again with this. Talent opens the doors, right? Discipline is what keeps them open. Consistency. Inspiration may start the journey. Discipline finishes the journey. And if you want a life that lasts, build it on the wisdom of discipline. If you want a legacy that lasts, because consistency will outlast talent and wisdom will win every single time. Make sure you like, make sure you share. I know, discipline, you think more people want to hear about that? Hey, maybe they don't want to, but they sure need to. So like, share, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you next time right here on the Dave Martin Show. God bless.